So, welcome everybody to the Dishonored Path to the Grave one-shot adventure using the Modifius Dishonored tabletop system. I will be your game master this evening. I am Andrew, or ThatGamerAjax, pretty much everywhere. If you're watching outside of YouTube, I don't know how you found it in that case, but you can find me on basically any social media platform with this username. But I would you know what? I'm not going to be the star of this because I have an amazing cast here, and we are going to go ahead and get started. So let's start with Javante. How about you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Javante, which is also everywhere on my social media, but I'm really only on Twitter. So you can find me on Twitter at Javante, Jev as in Victor, Aunte. I'm your resident TTRPG goblin, most known for being in quite a few streams, including kind of being inducted into the initiative order. You can find me there.
All right, Kit.
Howdy, hey, I'm Kit. You can find me on the internet, Twitter at KitRollCause, roll like roleplay, or on Instagram at just KitRoll. I am on, you can find me on the Lost Caravan RPG on Twitch, as well as lately on places like High Shelf Collective and Live from the Apocalypse. I'm all over. I'm getting in everyone's business. Come hang out.
Okay, Guppy.
Hey everybody, I'm Guppy to Cat or Alex. I am on Twitch every now and then. I usually do Magic the Gathering streams for Commander, or I do painting streams for my miniature wargaming stuff. You can find me on Twitch TV or on Twitter by Guppy to Cat.
And last but certainly not least, Stasia.
Hi. You can find me on Twitter as Sassy Cassie, and I am also working with Nerds with Dice, which is also on Twitter. Hello, hi, I'm Stasia.
Okay. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on in to this adventure. Rain patters against the window of the second floor of the bar where you all have gathered. The room is stuffy and dark at the moment, illuminated only by a flickering candle which shows a worn interior. This place has seen better days. It's largely empty, and luckily for you, it's a good gathering spot for those that are a little less savory for all kinds of daring deeds and dark secrets. So let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Who is gathering in this room, waiting for Dowd, the Knife of Dunwall?
Well, I've been sitting there and having a cigar. There's Kano. It's an old man with graying everywhere, mustache, beard, and hair and all. I've seen better days. An old war veteran with far too many injuries from the old days. One missing eye on his right, a missing arm on his left, and a bit of a stumpy leg that he's still forced himself to walk straight through. Just sitting there having a cigar.
I would say probably sitting adjacent, not too close, but just far enough away that he can still keep an eye on everything, would be Ilya, who is currently cleaning his rifle. Ilya is deceptively tall, but he always seems to crouch or hunch over. He is very pale, almost translucently glowingly white, with fully shaved, like knife-style shaved down bald head, black eyebrows that have a few nicks along them, and sort of speckled graying facial hair. He doesn't really seem as if he's noticing how he's cleaning the rifle, but just every now and again, his eyes just look up, look around the room, and then back down onto the rifle. He's just kind of mumbling to himself as he's cleaning.
I think standing a ways back, probably lurking in the shadows if we're being honest, is Corinne. very small, slight, tan woman. Sort of clear that she is from the streets, a traveling person, very clearly, but she's hiding out in the shadows and sort of keeping an eye on these folks as they gather.
And then you have Thurza. Smeared face with like gunpowder and probably dirt, you're not really sure. Space buns with blonde hair and bright blue eyes. She's sitting at the table and she's like tinkering on something. You're not really sure what it is, and you don't know if you want to know what it is either. And she's got like overalls on, and more dirt or gunpowder upon her arms.
As the rain intensifies outside, there is a quick thunderclap, bolt of lightning in the distance, and in that span of that breath, standing before you is Dowd. He's this broad-shouldered, muscular man, hair starting to gray, dripping wet, but you don't see any sign of a window being opened. He's there almost as though by magic. Well, good of you all to come. Glad that you followed through on my contacts, and it's really appreciated. This job is, quite frankly, a little beneath me, but I'm sure that the four of you can take care of this. Now, for one last final time, job's gonna be pretty easy. It's the removal of Jeremiah Thaneman. He is owner of a whale oil refinery down Slaughterhouse Row. Some of the workers have told us that they don't like how they're being treated. And, well, they left the way that he's going to be dealt with kind of up to you, more than anything. Get creative. Kill him, don't kill him, just dispose of him. I, quite frankly, don't care. Now, what is up to you, now this is where it's going to get fun for you, is the 200 coin is promised for this job for each and every one of you. Now, if you have other questions, the main contact from the refinery, Miss Sarah Adams, is in the room next door. Feel free to talk to her, but let's make sure that we get this done tonight. Quickly and efficiently. Understood? And you see that you see he holds his hand up, and you can all see the familiar mark of the outsider burned into his flesh. And just remember, the black-eyed bastard's watching. And then he proceeds to walk downstairs.
Exterminating rats is beneath him now. That's intriguing.
Always somebody to do his dirty work, I suppose.
Slings the rifle over his back.
How much common knowledge would we have of this refinery?
I would say that it's kind of general knowledge that this is a rather large refinery, and for anybody that might not be overly familiar in terms of Dishonored lore, it's just that whale oil is what keeps the Empire going. It has driven so much technological advancement. So this person, this Thaneman, is very rich and is very clearly fairly important in a societal standards. Corin, I would say that you, especially just with your general role and just kind of what you do, you've definitely passed by this place multiple times. It is a rather large facility. It takes up the better part of about 2 full docks worth. And there is constant noise coming from the area. Day, night, rain, shine, does not matter.
Interesting. So there will likely be eyes on us, no matter what. Well,
So we go next door and talk to this. What was her name? Sarah Adams? I put the cigar on the table and get up.
I say we talk to this person, scope the place out if we can.
You see, you go into the next room and you see this woman sitting there with a tumbler of whiskey, and she looks haggard, to say the least. She has very broad, strong shoulders. You can tell that she's been on her feet most of the day, probably working a very, very long shift. Her black hair has streaks of gray through it, though just by quick guess, you don't think that she would be older than maybe 30, 32 at the oldest. Well, it would appear that you're the ones doing this job, huh?
Aye.
Yeah, that way.
Okay.
Noted.
Well, what can I help you with?
I think we'll take whatever you've got. Information on the place, the target.
Well, I can tell you that security has definitely been kind of increasing over the last couple of weeks. Some of us have started to get a little rowdy during our shifts. The body can only take so much, and well, when you go 14 hours a day, you get a little cranky. But he's been bringing in more guards. There's even a wall of light that's been installed on the main thoroughfare going towards the refinery, so you might want to try to find a way around that.
Do you know whereabouts this Jeremiah keeps? Do you tend to be out on the floor, or is this more of a sit in the office situation? How close an eye does he keep on you?
A bit of both, actually. Spends most of his day in his office, but he likes to make routine inspections just to really make sure that some of us workers can get a beating every now and then, so that way it's being supervised.
Our routine is a routine.
Once a shift, at least.
Do you have preference on removal of rat?
I mean, quite frankly, if he was dead, nobody's gonna cry over it. I can tell you that much.
Sucks for me.
That's why a few of us pitched in, so that way we could, hire the Knife of Dunwall, and we get you four, apparently.
He kind of reaches into his coat and pulls out a worn cigar, just sticks it unlit in his mouth. We work. That is all that is required.
I'm gonna try to take that dig, not personally, but
So I will say that you can all see that she's kind of nervous talking with all of you as it is. We're going to go ahead and do the first check of the game. I would like somebody to give me a talk cleverly check, please. And this will be a difficulty of 1, so you only need 1 success in order to find something out.
I'm down to take it unless somebody thinks that they want to be very talkative and clever.
I'm not good at conversation.
Yeah, I feel like chatting, bartering, covering up things is sort of Corin's forte, I suppose. I'll take a stab at it. Let's see. So my talk is a 5, and you said cleverly?
Yes.
Also a 5.
Okay.
Excellent. So that is a 10 and a 15?
Okay, so that is 1 success. You managed to make it. You can see that you get the sense that she's hiding something, especially after she mentioned that there's main thoroughfare. So, and Carl just sort of like sit backways in a chair, you know the way. So if he's installed all these lights,
can't imagine you all enjoy being in the spotlight so much. How have you all been getting around that situation?
Well, okay, look, every once in a while, people would like to go home. They want to be able to...
I'm not the boss.
They want to be able to see their families. There's a sewer entrance that actually goes right by the refinery. It can get you right past the wall of light. So some of us, every once in a while, kind of sneak out. I will say, if you're sneaking in, it does not smell great. If you think that a refinery smells bad, this smells even worse. So just a quick heads up. But and you see that she kind of like pulls out like a little map as though she was kind of ready to answer the question, and like kind of marks, and it's really from where you are. It's maybe about 4 blocks away. It's the entrance of it is relatively close. If you get in this and you follow it down, you can bypass a lot of the security as it is. You're gonna smell really bad, but
We don't take these jobs for the ambiance.
So none of the guards know about this sewer.
well, I mean, we haven't been caught yet. Though good thing that you mentioned guards, because along with the security measures with the wall of light, there's been an increase in the number of guards that are being paid. And I feel like there's city watch that are just there for the coin. They don't have a lot in it, really, but they definitely look tired. Almost as tired as we are. So maybe they won't be that observant. Maybe they won't really notice who's coming in and out. That's entirely kind of on you all. Oh, and I forgot, there is this one eagle-eyed bastard that works for Thanaman. Always at his side, personal bodyguard. You're going to want to keep an eye out for him. We all just call him the Eagle just because it's what he does. Some people say that he could be bartered with, but we don't have enough money to try. Like, we're barely getting through our shifts as it is. But if you're trying to get up close, you're going to need to get past the Eagle.
Question. What's the uniform? Do you have any?
I don't have any spare uniforms. No. It's workers' attire. And
What about the guards?
she points at Thurza. I mean, she's probably the closest to it. It's this guards. It's standard kind of city watch uniform. You know, like we don't have any of those. We're not like a resistance or anything like that. We're just trying to get through the day.
Very well. You lot have any more questions?
I'm seated.
Sewer manhole it is.
Things are alright with them.
Let's go for a swim.
So you make your way down the bar and you go out, and you're instantly hit with a torrent of rain. It is not pleasant weather in Dunwall at all. It is cold, it is wet. You kind of like hunker down and you start making your way. And so I'm assuming that we're going to the sewer then? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Would it
go ahead.
would it be a valid idea to try to guide us there relatively sneakily? As someone who fairly knows the streets.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because there's always a chance to generate more chaos. Okay. Yeah, I would say if that is the case, go ahead and give me. I'd say let's do it as a move quietly, and we'll say that it's going to be. You know what? We'll give you a chance for some momentum here. It's a difficulty 0, so all you need is even just 1 success, and you're able to generate some momentum.
Can I argue that a streetwise focus would?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Awesome. All right. So that is, let's see, you said move quietly. That's a 12. A 12 and a 9, baby.
Okay, so is that 2 successes then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a momentum pool right now of 2 that you'll be able to tap into. But you start navigating, and as you are, even though it's a short distance, you can see that there are a couple of very grumpy-looking guards that are out, and the fact that you're a strange-looking group as it is, and one of you is, slinging a rifle over his back, you're able to navigate in and out of the shadows, no problem. Eventually coming your way to this grate. And, well, the first thing you notice is the smell. It is not particularly great, and you can feel a little bit of bile in the back of your throat, even just kind of getting a whiff of this.
Which are we getting paid again?
200.
Enough.
We didn't choose to go down here. We could have gone the long way.
Right. Cover my nose and jump in.
All right. So
Just already got a scarf wrapped around.
all right, so you kind of like shove this grate aside, you jump in, and you go almost like knee deep into sludge. And
Yeah.
it is vile, but you just kind of do some focused breathing. You're not breathing in through your nose. You've already taken some steps to kind of prepare yourself. But you are able to, you just kind of follow the path. And as you are going, you see that there are some small markings on the wall. And Corin, you would actually realize this. And you know what, Thurza, I'm going to say that you would probably recognize this as well, just because you're a clever little bean. You see that these are kind of indicating their directions, and you begin kind of following these, and it takes you the better part of, about 45 minutes or so, just starting to navigate your way through, and eventually some of the sludge kind of goes away. There's a little bit more clean water. You clean off your boots a little bit. The air gets a little bit easier to breathe, and you notice as you're going further and further and further into this kind of maze of sewers that the smell is being kind of replaced. It's less waste, and then you start getting that fishy smell, and you're able to kind of surmise that you're getting a little bit closer and closer to the docks. Thurza, I'm just going to go ahead and also throw out there, for you, being an inventor, that you are able, you start kind of seeing, little broken down scraps and everything like that, and you're able to kind of, grab them and start, pocketing those. You have a couple of ideas on how you might be able to use these. But after a little while, you find another grate, and it does have this kind of, it has a whale mark kind of carved into the ceiling above this grate. And by your best guess, you have arrived at the refinery. However, I will say that you all have earned a new truth, and it is that you reek. All of you
Excellent.
smell like you just walked through a sewer. So go ahead and just mark that somewhere on your character sheet that it might play into something, but you never know.
Notes. Stinky.
Okay, and despite the time, there's constant noises of workers and guards kind of shouting around. As you push this grate aside, you are instantly kind of met with almost a blinding light, especially after being in the sewers for as long as you were. Once your eyes adjust, you can see that there are a couple of dead whale carcasses. One of them is up and currently being worked on. There are a couple that are out in the bay nearby that are slowly kind of rotting as they have been completely stripped of everything of value. As you look around, you see that there's probably, you're able to spot a good 10 guards kind of just lazily walking back and forth, and you see that there are workers that, even one just kind of slips and falls just working on this whale and is instantly kicked by a guard, and you hear very muffled from the distance just a, back on your feet. You see that there are 2 guard towers on the perimeter that have these big lights that are kind of going back and forth, and it feels almost as though it's more of a prison than a place where people come to work on a regular day.
Far busier than I was anticipating it would be. Could be a problem.
So have the sewers like fully ended and we're out in the open? Is there like a clear path to like getting into the refinery proper?
It kind of like there's like a small hole that's kind of like in the wall, and you can see that like you have to like kind of like push past like a little barrel to that like hides the entrance, but you are able to kind of get into like, kind of like the main area, and you can see down, but you're on the outer limits of the refinery as it is.
What do we think about those towers?
I don't like the look of them looking at me.
Let's probably take out the guards in the towers.
And what
Keep
about the
the
ones on the ground?
Keep the lights going. They shouldn't look up. But as for the ones on the ground, could take them out, but could cause more noise if unnecessary.
Could we take out the towers quietly? I don't want to
so.
draw more attention than it's worth.
I think so.
You think? Squint.
Quietly is not necessarily my strong suit, but it can be done.
Did she say how much they were getting paid on the daily?
Not that I recall.
Mm.
But
Not
they
enough,
are
I imagine.
they are dock workers and whale workers. Enough to survive, if barely.
Right.
Are you anticipating bribing them?
Possibly, but don't know that much myself. That's just a thought, I guess.
I'm sure that we could swap clothing. I'm sure they would give us a disguise in order for them to leave.
Yes, we could. Would we switch with one of the guards, or would we switch clothes with the workers?
The workers don't seem to have much in the way of pull or sway of moving around here. And I would hate to be roped into doing another job on top of this one. Guard would probably be much more effective.
I hate to say it, but the swap and clothes idea is not terrible. I mean, we just like glancing down at all of their boots, caked in God knows what. I mean, it'll be hit or miss whether or not they fit, but might be less noticeable in more ways than one.
I have kind of look back over to the guard towers. Could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Don't necessarily need to kill the guards in the tower, but knock them out, take their clothes, gets rid of the guards in the tower, and gives at least 2 of us disguises. Need another 2, but could work.
Could we get to the guard towers ostensibly in a sneaky fashion?
Oh, that
I do not think they will let us up there.
That part I can, actually.
You can?
Yes. Rather easily.
Be my guest. I could go on then. Show off, bestie.
Yeah. I'm going to... I need to see how far something can take me.
Oh, I know what's happening.
I love it. I'm seeing short distances.
Yes. There's one point in which you can see if you can reach that you instantly appear there. Okay. Would it be possible if I can get under the tower, or at least under enough the tower that I could blink up?
Let's see. I'm going to say you're going to have to give me a move swiftly check in order to kind of like get past the lights and avoid most of the guards. And I'll say this is going to be a difficulty of, we'll say 1 to start out.
Or could we use a momentum and change truth to have one of the guards near us, the towers near us?
You could absolutely use your momentum that way.
Oh ho ho.
Okay.
I mean, once we have one guard uniform, getting into the second guard tower will be significantly easier, I imagine.
Okay, so what's the plan here?
Do we want to use that the truth, or do we want to blink?
I mean, if
Big
we
one.
get it, if we get
I
it
feel
close enough that you wouldn't have to make a check to get within blink distance.
Yeah. That would help me.
'Cause, yeah,
I have
blink
good
still might be
move and
safe.
I have good move and swiftly, but it does help. It will mitigate a bit of risk.
True.
All right, I think we're going to change the truth then to have one of the guard towers near us.
Okay. All right. So, quick word for the audience. The way that this game works is that as momentum is generated, because this is a 2d20 system, there are multiple ways that you can kind of make things work. You can either buy additional d20s for checks, or you can change some truths about the world around you. So the way that this is going to work is that you're going to use your 2 momentum, and one of the towers is actually much closer than you'd anticipated. In fact, it's actually just around the corner from you, and that is very easy blink distance for you to get up.
So, pretty much as I say, oh, no, it's quite easy for me to get up there. I just start to fade, and all right.
Okay. So, Ilya, you are up, and this tower kind of like rotates just very slightly as the light is going, and you can see that there is one guard just kind of very lazily leaned over the side, just kind of like looking out. Does not seem to have noticed that you were up there.
Rifle out, and bug the rifle to the back of the head.
Okay. So are this sounds like you're going for a knockout, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say give me this is going to be a fight, and then I would say let's go either fight quietly or cleverly. And this is going to be a difficulty of 2.
Ooh.
trying to think how in the world I would help, but I don't.
Yes. 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 Yes.
I just need to. I want to check something real quick.
Question again, DM.
Yes.
GM. How much momentum do we start off with at the beginning of each scene?
You start with 0, actually.
We've earned 2 and used 2, correct?
That is correct.
So, I need to roll under or equal to a. You said either cleverly or quietly.
Yes, unless you have something that you feel would work better.
Would swiftly not work?
Yeah, you know what? I'd say swiftly, just because
Oh.
I mean you're up there, you're moving quick, and you're just going for a quick knockout.
One
Yeah.
quick motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to roll equal to or under 11.
You got this, bestie.
Okay, that's 11 exactly.
Okay.
And that's a 9.
Okay.
No whammies.
So, Ilya, you blink up, you see this guard, and then before he even gets a chance to notice you, you just take the butt of your rifle and just smack him in the back of the head. He just crumbles. take his body, drag it back towards the main bit of this tower, and you now have an unconscious guard in front of you.
Alright, you seem like a size me. I'm just gonna...
I was gonna say, what's this guard's dress size?
He's a solid 8, actually.
Ooh, Slender
For-
King.
For the fun of it, I'm gonna take off like my own stuff first. Take the guard stuff, put it on, and then put my stuff on the guard.
Put him in your stinky pants.
And then just re-drape him onto the railing. Just like slumped in. And then I'm just going to climb back down.
Okay. So you all are looking up with bated breath. You spot this guard, and then all of a sudden you see Ilya come, rifle to the head. Body disappears for a couple of minutes, and then you see this body just kind of like get slumped back on wearing Ilya's clothes, and then Ilya, dressed as a member of the City Watch, slowly comes climbing back down.
Alright then. That'll about do it for that.
All right. Asked and answered.
That was easier. So, up the tower?
Care to do it again?
I think it'll be a bit of an easier time this time. Say guard rotation, and I'll snag some clothes for one of you then. And I'm going to, as best as I can, walk like I've seen the other guards walk to the other guard tower.
Okay. So this is a very simple walk. Despite the fact that you have a light get blasted in your face, you raise one of your arms, and you can see a little bit of movement from the top that one of the guards is waving back down at you. You make your way up, climb the ladder, very simple, and he just looks over at you, just has a bit of a cigar, and just goes, "Oh well, good to see you up here. You planning on joining us for some whiskey and cigars later?"
I'm gonna lean against the railing. Yeah, been thinking about it really. Been a bit of a long shift.
Well, that it has. I gotta tell you, these lazy asses, like, they just need sometimes a swift kick. That's all it takes. And he takes a puff of his cigar.
Speaking of lazy asses, how's the boss doing? He out here today with us?
Just hanging out in his office. And actually, it's right over there, and you see that he points. You can see that there is this kind of low office. It's a bit far away for the time being. But you have a pretty clear sightline from up here. You can't really see the man right now, but you can definitely see where the office is. Last I heard, him and the Eagle were probably playing cards in there at the moment.
Interesting. Well, I wasn't expecting anything less from those two. Well, I better get back to it. And I'm going to turn, take the rifle, and as soon as my back is turned, go and just swing around like a baseball bat and just...
Okay. We're going to do the same check. Difficulty of 2.
Yep.
It'll be a fight swiftly.
That's fair. No whammies, please. Okay, that's a 2. That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
That's a good
Do you
one.
have any focuses that move that to a crit? Just like asking for the class.
Do I? No.
Worth an ask, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It would be either stealth or firearms, and I'm not using my firearm like a firearm.
I think this is the one instance where using gun does not count as firearm.
Holy crap. 9. Okay.
Nice. Okay. And like a sack of potatoes, this guy doesn't even have a chance to react. And like as you hit, you can see like 2 of his teeth go flying. But he just crumples.
Sorry,
Save them. Those are good shrapnel. Thurzel will love them.
Actually, we'll take 2 of the teeth and then. Yeah.
Okay.
Strip off the clothes, lean him not against the railing this time because I don't have anything to replace him with, and just like put him against the wall and just alright.
Okay. So
Back down.
So quick thing. As you are knocking this guard out, for the rest of you, I'm going to dip into my chaos pool because I get to start with some.
Of course you do.
So I'm going to tap into chaos, and you can see that there's 2 guards approaching your position at the moment.
Oh, snap.
So what would the 3 of you like to do about this?
Would like to. Does it look like they've spotted us, or that like they're just like coming to check the area?
They are coming to check the area. You don't know if it's a shift change. You don't know what... They could just be patrolling. You never know.
Could we perhaps look about for a nice little hidey hole? I mean, here's the thing. We haven't changed clothes yet. We can go right back in the sewer if we want to.
You absolutely could.
Might be easier to just, go back into the hole.
You know? We've already been in the hole once. What's one more dunk in the hole?
Okay.
God damn it.
So
That's getting gift.
You can grab them and pull them in the hole.
I don't know that my to grab modifier is that good, but I love your confidence.
All right.
Anybody
You
got a good to?
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull him in the hole. I'm gonna pull my gun out.
In the hole?
I pulled out my gun.
I would not recommend discharging your firearm in a small area full of methane.
That's not what I said I'd do.
Just want to get ahead of that.
Pull out my gun. Make him get naked. Take the clothes. And go about our day. Whether we want to kill him or knock him out, I don't give a fuck.
I don't like the chance that they tattle, but
You can always just leave him for the rats down here. Sound like a plan?
alright.
All right.
Yeah, hell yeah, let's grab them.
Okay. So you all kind of hide in the shadows a little bit, and you're waiting, and then you hear the soft kind of steps of boots on gravel as they are approaching you. And this is where we're going to do a group check. I would like to know who's going to lead this, though. Because there's 3 of them and 3 of you.
It feels like Guppy's taking the lead.
All right.
Okay, so
Feels
Kano,
appropriate.
I'm going to say this is going to be... I would say it's either going to be... I'm a little torn here because I feel like it should either be a fight or a survive check, and then I can leave the style up to you.
Either or, it's the same way for me.
Okay,
I'll fight forcefully.
All right. Go ahead and give me a fight forcefully check, and if anybody would like to assist, remember that you can add a d20 to this check from yourself, and you get to determine the way that you are helping. So that could be talking, it could be moving, it could be fighting if you would like, but I will say this is going to be a little difficult. You're going to need a grand total of 3 successes.
Mm-hmm. I will hide in the hidey hole and lure them into the hidey hole with sounds of somebody in here needs help. Please, guards. Please. The rats. Oh no, the rats.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I would say that would definitely be a talk cleverly check. Now,
Yeah.
And Thurza, what would you like to do?
I am going to pull out a piece of long, like a rope or string, and I'm going to try and do like a grapple thing around their legs, so they like fall.
Okay. I would say let's give that. Let's do a fight, and I would say let's do cleverly on that. Now, something that I would like you all to remember is that you do start with a void point. You can use a void point to either re-roll, or you could give yourself a critical success on one of your die. So, let's do some checks, shall we?
Yeah. So if we're helping, are we only rolling a single d20?
You only roll 1d20.
Gotcha.
How much chaos to add a die?
It's going to give me 2 chaos in the pool if you would like to purchase a d20, but you're going to have to describe to me how it becomes a chaotic action.
Define
Okay.
define chaotic action.
It is entirely up to you. You remember, the way that this is going to work is that narratively you are going to be kind of influencing this chaos. So you could come running, screaming, and grab this guy just because you know that 1 or 2 guards have already been taken out in this immediate area. It could just be kind of like a violent, like, sucker punch kind of thing. It is entirely up to you.
I am going to, as Corin kind of lures them in, I'm going to go up to the first one and headbutt him, and then grab another one and just grab him by the shirt and drag him in.
All right. So instead of rolling the typical 2d20, you get to roll 3.
Can I see this from my perch on the guard tower?
As soon as you hit this guy, like, you look down and you see that this group's approaching, and then you see, like, this group come bursting out, and Thurza's, like, whipping this, like, little rope that she found, like, around their legs. Kano's come, like, you know, coming and headbutting a person. Corin, are you assisting with this?
Corin's trying, but I don't think it's I think it appears that it's very sus. I rolled an 18, so that's not super helpful whatsoever.
Okay.
I think it's more sus that somebody is in the sewers with the rats than concerning that the rats are eating someone or whatever.
Okay.
I'm glad I used the chaos. I got an 18, an 11, and an 8.
Okay. So, you see that, like, Thurza's actually, like, the first person to kind of come out, and, like, as soon as Cora's just like, help, rats, in like, the least convincing voice possible, you see that they instantly just like, wait, what? And they draw their sabers and they begin approaching, but this is where Thurza comes, like, whipping out, catches, like, one, like, around the knees. Kano comes bursting around the corner, just instant headbutt, and one of the guys just collapses, and then instantly, like, swings his arm around the guy and just starts, like, kind of squeezing and choking and, like, dragging him back into the shadows. Between Thurza and Corin, the guy that got knocked down, you're able to just, like, quickly, like, you know, either shut him up or, like, knock him out as well. But Ilya, you look down and you see that your companions have just knocked out 3 guards.
I don't know if impressed is the word. He's just going to just move the rifle down, and I'm going to look through the scope towards the office that he had said the man was there with the eagle.
Okay.
See if I can find, like, a window.
Yeah, so you look, and there is a window, and you can see like somebody's, like, thigh at the moment, but you can't see more than that. You can see that there's definitely cigar smoking. You can see a couple of tumblers of, like, whiskey in there, and, like, you catch, like, the faintest glimpse of, like, movement, and you're assuming that, you know, they are in fact in there playing cards at the moment.
Yet. Don't have a clear shot at anything. And if the eagle is in there, getting into the office is kind of a moot point. So go. Put the rifle back up, and I'm going to head down the guard tower and walk towards where they went.
And you see that they finished, like, just dragging these, you know, 3 guards, like, into, like, kind of, like, the sewer entrance.
Do I want to ask?
A vague gesture at 3 unconscious bodies.
Well, the guard towers are taken care of, and I have information on where our escaped rat is hiding. Do you want good news or bad news first?
Kano just like starts disrobing himself.
Let's go good news.
Good news is he is in office. Bad news is so is Eagle. Which would mean the office thought process of taking care of him may be a moot point if Eagle is in there with him. Unless we want to put another rat on the body count.
I do have a grenade that might be useful to us in that situation.
I would
chokehold?
normally agree with this situation question of using higher firepower such as a grenade. Problem is, there are lots of guards. I have other bit of information.
Mhm.
The guards here apparently engage in drinking and gambling rather regularly. If that is a normal occurrence, strikes me as an opportune time to also act when there are less security around.
Do we know if they are going to go to the guard party? Or are they going to stay in there?
I am unsure. That much I did not get out of my friend before he suffered from an unfortunate bout of unconsciousness. Oh, speaking of which, and I'm going to hand you 2 teeth.
Teeth for Thurza.
Oh. Thurza, I love how you've
Dice
been
and
like.
then put them in my pocket.
I just love how you've been like the quietest person so far, but now I just feel like your chaotic grandma is about to come out, and I love this.
Do not say I did not get you anything for birthday. Now, what do you
She
want
doesn't.
to? What do you want to do for this plan? I'm not opposed to a grenade idea. I would just like to know, A, if it does work, we need to check body, and B, could cause noise, which would mean getting out of here really rapidly.
Could also mean
So I do
distraction.
have a regular grenade, but I also have a choke dust grenade, so we could just like distract them with it and then take care of them.
I do have good vantage point on guard tower, but look over to our commander. Thoughts?
Well, you. Is there a way we can lure him out? Maybe we should go with the guards and see if they know more about the eagle. And from there, maybe see if we can lure him out. Once we lure him out, we go in for the kill.
I can work with that idea.
Let's get to it then. Where is this cigar and gambling?
I suppose we can find out from our fellow guards then. Turn, kind of adjust the hat, and head over to where some of the other guards are.
And are you all going as a group?
Well, put some fresh pants on, but yeah. I'm down.
I'm going to trail behind them just so we're not like a big group going
Yeah.
up together.
Yeah, you're not
That's
going as a
fair.
cluster.
We could go as pairs. That seems like a thing that guards do, right? You know, your safety buddy or whatever.
Okay, so who are we splitting up into groups?
I feel like we take a melee boy in each pair.
It's me out, because I'm just going to be ranged, so whoever wants to partner with me.
More of a talker.
Guess so.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. But don't get any ideas.
Yeah, that being said, I'm going to go with you.
All right.
Okay. So we
Alright.
have Ilya and Kano walking together, and then a few moments later, Korin and Thurza begin making your way. You are able to easily spot a couple of groups of guards, and you begin walking that way. So, you guys have split into your two groups, and you are beginning to make your way towards a couple of different groups of guards. However, quick thing, just because I love the way that you guys have been playing this so far, I'm going to go ahead and reward you all with a void point. So, if you haven't used any yet, that means that you now have 2 points. You can use those in a couple of ways. You can re-roll some of your d20s. You can give yourself crits per void point. But yeah, you guys are doing really clever things. So we are going to start with the group that has been followed. We're going to follow Korin and Thurza first. So the two of you kind of split off a little ways, and I believe that you're making your way towards the small huddle of guards. You see that there's maybe 2 or 3 that are just kind of lazily hanging around, and they're just, smoking a couple of cigars. One of them actually brings out a little bottle and just a little flask, takes a quick hit. Well, gotta say, don't recognize the two of you,
Yeah, they moved us over from the south docks covering for some nobody. Pull out a pack of cigarettes and offer Thurza one, just play the part. You don't have to light it, just act like we belong.
Well, I mean, if you're coming from the south docks, then clearly you're used to getting the shit shifts.
Nothing new here.
Ugh, can you believe these guys sitting there talking about, whining all day about how they have to work all the time, as if we're not already doing that? You see that one of them just turns and just shouts at a small group of workers that are nearby. Hey, you be careful with that! You drop it, it explodes! And the thing is, that's going to be coming out of not only your paycheck, but your family's as well. Assuming you survive, that is. Look, if you're new, just know, it's an easy gig. You just stay here overnight, shout at some workers every once in a while, kick them if you have to. Just don't piss off the boss.
Boss ever come out of his hidey hole?
Let's see. Timmy, what's the time? And you see one of them pulls out a little kind of stopwatch. Well, let's see. It's 10:11. He should be coming out actually probably in the next 4 or 5 minutes or so. Just likes to do a quick routine inspection. He's only out for a minute or two, and then he goes back into his office.
Heard rumors about this Eagle fella. He come out too?
Oh, that spooky bastard. Yeah.
Oh, he's real.
Oh, he's absolutely real. Hard-eyed, keeps a really close eye on everything. Some people say that, he used to actually be able to, he could stand up to the Lord Protector himself, back before he, killed the Empress and whatnot. But apparently, in terms of dueling blade, he's one of the best in the entire Empire. Don't know how he got, suckered into working for Thanamin, but, guess the pay's good.
Honestly. He ever give you guys too much shit, or mostly stick around, boss man?
Mostly sticks around the boss man. He yelled at some guard for getting too drunk, a couple days ago. Showed up.
See, that hasn't stopped anybody. Looks around.
Look, and he just kind of points up to the sky. Look, when the weather's this cold and shit, you gotta stay warm somehow.
Touche.
Well, if you're all going to be taking over this spot, I'm going to move myself a little bit closer to inside, get myself warmed up.
I think they wanted us over on that rotation. We were just stopping by to get the lay of the land.
Oh, is that right? I'm going to need you to actually... This is going to be quick check.
Damn it.
I want to say give me... I'll say that we're going to say either talk carefully or cleverly. It's going to be a difficulty of 2 on this one.
Go carefully. Like, giving not actually any real information. Like, let's see. So I've got talk 5, careful 7.
Okay.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Just gotta roll 12 or lower.
That is a 3 and a 13. Can I spend Void?
You can absolutely spend Void. So, are you wanting to re-roll, or how are you wanting to use your Void point?
I could. Well, because the options are what? Reroll or.
Give me just
crit.
Give me just 1 second. You can crit. You can re-roll a d20, or you can create a truth. You can immediately create, change, or remove a truth in the scene.
I assume the crit's only if you already have a success.
It doesn't say.
So I could crit the one that I failed.
Yeah, if you want to.
I would love to. Are you kidding me?
All right. So
does that also beget us a momentum or not?
It will. So you generate 1 momentum, and as you are talking, you almost feel as though something kind of gets this guy's attention, and you swear that you see this kind of long, lanky, dark-haired, black-eyed individual just kind of smiling from behind, and the guard's just like, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Is this another guard, or is this just a spooky lad?
You have heard rumors of the outsider. Now officially, like, worshiping him is definitely banned. It is a very dangerous thing. But going back to the very beginning of this, when Dowd said that the black-eyed bastard is watching, he meant it literally.
He's physically right here, yes. He's right behind me, isn't he?
Well, no, but the thing is just, it's like, he's gone. It's almost as though, and you're not even sure if you entirely saw him, but you kind of this is going to be like kind of a representation of like channeling the void, because that's his realm.
For sure. He's made an appearance.
So, we're going to shift over to Ilya and Kano. 2 of you are approaching another set of guards, and they are definitely looking around, and they seem kind of noticeably nervous.
You're a far better talker. You want to take care of this?
What? What's going on, boys?
Oh, just workers are really rowdy tonight.
Rowdy?
Yeah, we've had to put 3 of them in little makeshift brig as it is. Something's getting into them tonight.
Think boss will notice?
Oh, I really hope not. He's coming out soon.
Fuck. What about the eagle?
Well, I mean, look, if the boss is coming out, then the eagle's obviously coming with him, and then one of them just kind of like looks over and like kind of like stares at you a little bit. Hey, wait a second, I don't really recognize you. And what is that smell? Ugh, man, they must have clipped something. One of the whales. That is awful.
Yeah, whales. Anyways, I know some of the boys, they meet up to smoke some cigars. Got a pack on me. When did they meet up?
Oh wait. So wait, are you new transfer? Or are you one of the new night shifts?
Yeah, I'm one of the new night shifts. We just came up from the south.
Oh, South Dock work. Okay. Well, so it's actually, and he going to like turn and point like past the office. It's just past over there. A couple of lockers, a little bit of food, but that's normally what we're gambling with. That and day's wages and whatnot. But if you got an invite, yeah, that means that you're probably good to go within the next 15, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get the fucking eagle on my ass, so I'm gonna...
Oh yeah. Did you hear about what happened to Jeffrey?
No.
Oh.
Haven't seen him.
This is so he decided to come in to work, a little drunk, as all things considered. This is an easy gig.
Yeah.
Eagle didn't like it. Decided to make an example of him. Threw him head first through the wall of light.
Huh.
Ooh.
Well, fuck.
Just out of character. Oh my god.
I got a yikes.
Oh. Ew.
Yeah, I guess the stories are true then.
Yeah, so it's just saying, if you're going to be doing the whiskey and cigars, like, we try to keep it a little bit more subtle.
Right. Understood. What the fuck? Yeah.
Hey, wait a second. Hey, you! And he, like, points and looks at a group of workers that have, kind of, like, dropped something. Look, you guys are the new guys. Like, go get your licks in. You go take care of them. It's too freaking cold for the rest of us.
I got it. I'm gonna turn and head over to them, to the workers. It's gotta fit in.
Gotta fit in.
Come on! We dropped a tool. It's fine. It's a little chipped. That's all. It works fine.
I'm gonna grab him, that one that's talking, by the arm, and just like wrench him close. Just play along, and you will be fine.
Oh, what?
Just play along.
What?
And I'm gonna shove you down. Shove him down.
Ah!
Pick it up.
Okay. Outsiders smite this one sometime. Damn.
You'd be surprised. I'm gonna bend down and reach out like I'm grabbing him by the top of his head, but I'm just clenching my fist against where his hair is.
What?
I need you to relax.
What?
We're not.
What do you want? I already gave the other guy 20 coin for this.
The other guy.
What kind of shakedown are you pulling?
Who's the other guy?
Just one of the other guards. He was trying to come and rough us up. We had to bribe him away.
Do you want your boss dead or not?
I mean, he's a terrible person. But
Good. How much trouble do you think that you and the other workers can get into?
And one of the ones that is nearby is just kind of like, like roughly like puts a like hand on your shoulder and like goes down to like grab his friend. Oh, we've been putting in quite a bit tonight, I can tell you that much.
You cause enough of a ruckus to get all the guards' attention.
All of that?
All of them. Enough so that I can get into that office.
Okay. I am going to say, give me, let's say, either talk cleverly or talk forcefully. And I'm going to say that you can have an additional die because this is going to generate some chaos.
Okay. I will take that. See how much this helps. I'm not a big talker. It's not working. Out of all of those, I rolled 1 6. The others are like a 15 and a 13, so let's go.
Okay. So this is going to create a complication.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that this is also going to generate an additional 2 chaos. Well, you see that one of them kind of like grabs this tool and just kind of like flips it over. Yeah, we could probably cause a ruckus. And he's going to like take it and swing it and like right into your ribs. You're going to take 1 stress.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that all of you see that there are guards that immediately turn and look. Get him! Get that one! And they are going to like come over and just like it's like tackle, and then just there are punches and kicks being thrown. Ilya, it's a little hard for you to breathe at the moment.
Start like scooting back while that's happening, and just look over and just first.
And then like one of the guards also like turns and looks. You see, this is where you beat them. You don't coddle them, okay? It's simple as that.
Sorry,
Hey,
South Docks.
Wait a
Come on your feet. And I grab him and pull him up. You fucking know better. Come on, give him a kick.
Just, yep, swift kick.
Alright, and I'm assuming that all 4 of you are going to converge together now?
Yeah, just like, oh, somebody needs some help over there. Skedaddle.
Okay. And it's at this time that you guys all get together, and you see that there is a door that opens, and you see this kind of older, graying man with he's got a little bit of a monocle just hanging off his face. Really unruly gray beard. It does not look like it is well kept. Just kind of comes walking out, has a cane. What's the meaning of this?
I'm assuming that's our target.
I'm gonna go with probably.
That's a fat rat.
Alright. We're definitely killing him.
Just
I
from
mean,
a
hey,
fashion sense.
If we can get in that office and booby trap. Side eyes Thursday. Think you could rig the old office?
Can I, with a door open, can I see the eagle? And if I can,
give me
recognize him.
This is going to be a study swiftly check. And I will say that it's going to be a difficulty of 2.
But I have nothing in focus that will help with this. Alright, fine. Study swiftly, I can work with that. Now I roll good. That's an 8. That's another 8. Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Okay, so 2 successes. You do pass the check. You spot kind of like hanging out almost in the shadows behind Thanaman. He has not come out, but you do see somebody that is wearing like dark, like reinforced like leather armor and has a long like rapier at his belt.
We are getting very complicated with this.
I would not recommend sword fighting that one.
No. Booby trap it is. I'm better at distances.
Seems the cleanest. We could set something off, and then if we can get eyes on him from the outside, we could just make sure it takes.
I can head up to the guard tower. It's got the clearest vantage point.
Just looking at Thursday. You think you could rig this?
I got this.
And you see that Thanaman is sitting there, like hands on his cane, and just goes, "You with me? We're going to deal with this right here and now." And he just kind of like strolls out, and you see that the eagle does, in fact, follow him out. Lucky stroke for you all, but he is this young man, all things considered, maybe mid-20s at the latest. Long, slick black hair. Definitely carries himself as a type that was either a soldier or maybe even a professional duelist. What?
I was gonna say, like, in the assassin circles, do I recognize the eagle at all?
He is actually not an assassin, but you would recognize him as being like a tournament fighter, and he is rumored to have never lost.
Until today.
All right, noted. I'm gonna start kind of carefully moving back towards the furthest back guard tower because I knew that one had the better vantage point.
Okay.
Get up there. Get the spotlight over on the fight. And away from us.
Yeah, that was actually a good idea. If I can just get up there and swing the light around. Yeah, being helpful. Swing the light around.
Okay,
Doing your job, for sure.
So, Ilya, you are on your way back over there. We're going to stick with the main three of you for right now. So you said you were going to try making your way into the office, correct?
Feels like what we gotta do.
Okay. So there is a bit of a ruckus that's going on, so that is good. That's going to lower the difficulty of trying to sneak in there. I would like to know who's going to be taking point on this. I am going to say this is going to be either we're going to do a move carefully or a move swiftly check. And it's going to be a difficulty of, we'll say 1 for this.
I could. Unless somebody else feels like they would be good at that. I'm careful. I'm fairly careful.
Remember, I got a stumpy leg.
That's true. I will take all the help I can get, though.
Okay. Okay, so Corin, I'll have you go ahead and make the check for me. If anybody's assisting, remember you can make a skill check, and that is up to you, but you just do need to tell me how you would be aiding in this case.
Being sneaky. Or are we just booking it?
I think either booking it or, yeah, trying to just stay out of line of sight, stay out of the spotlight. Skirting around the edges. Emphasis on either on skirting or edges, you know.
I will go ahead and try to keep watch and point out issue.
Okay. Let's make that a study check, and then I'll leave the style up to you.
We'll do a study clip early.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up there again.
A study cleverly.
Okay. Okay. And Kano, are you aiding with this, or are you just following right now?
Both are valid options.
I will just follow suit because I don't want to mess it up.
Okay, so Corin, how many successes did you get?
That is beans. Well, so one of them was a 7. One of them was a nat 20. So I don't know what that means for you. Probably nothing good for us.
I don't know. It's gonna be great. What are you worried about?
It's gonna be awesome and sick and gnarly. Well, that was one success and one critical failure.
Okay, and Thurza, did you succeed on your check?
I did. I got a 2.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so that is 2 successes. You guys get to add an additional point to your momentum pool. And you are all able to quickly make your way into this office. As you enter, you see that there is a wall safe that is there and locked. There are papers and files spread all over the place, and you can see that there's almost kind of like a chalkboard that has, shift rotations and all kinds of notes and whatnot on it. So, what would you like to do?
I am going to take my spring razor and I'm going to set it up near the door.
Okay.
And then if I have enough time, I'm assuming there's whale oil around?
There is you can hear the slight hum of a container of whale oil out back. They usually kind of act as generators more than anything, but you could assume that there is a functioning one that is like, there's a little back door that leads out to kind of where that generator would be.
If it was smaller, I was gonna say I was gonna
It's like-
knock it over and light it.
Well, it's probably just like it's a couple of feet like tall. It's one of those probably like this or so. Like you could grab it and lift it. It's going to be a little heavy if it's full, but you could realistically move it around.
Question.
Answer.
So we're in his office, or is this just an office?
As you're looking around, this does seem to be like the main office of this place.
This is where he was seen playing cards earlier.
Yes.
And does he have a desk that would be considered his?
You could assume so, yes. There's a heavy, like, polished wood desk. It is beautiful.
I know you're the technical inquiry type, right? What if you set that to trigger not at the door, but at his chair? I mean, I assume nobody else is going to take a seat in his chair.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna put it in his chair.
That'll allow us to get out a bit easier.
Yeah.
Potentially minimize other casualties for sure. If we get the eagle, we get the eagle, but like...
We do.
I would... Potentially to also, like, grab some additional shrapnel for Thurza, because, you know, gotta make this go big or go home, right? You said there was a wall save?
Yes, there is.
I would like to be in there, please.
So the safe is currently, like, locked and shut.
So I pull out my burglar's tools, is what I do. I would like it to not be locked anymore, please.
Okay. 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 So I'm going to say that this is going to be... I would say this is going to be either a study or a tinker check. I'll leave the style up to you on that one.
Could I... I feel like... Perhaps... Study... Maybe study or tinker carefully?
Okay.
I feel like this is a very precise science. And I assume my focused locks is gonna...
Yes, that definitely
Cool.
applies here.
Cool. Just making sure. Sick. Okay. Alright. No whammies. Okay, one whammy. But 1-8. So we are one success.
Okay. I'll say that just because you... Like, your experience with working these, I just realized I forgot to set a difficulty for you. We'll say that that's a pass. No. That was on me as the GM. So you you pull out like some of your tools and you like put your ear up to this and you start kind of tinkering away. Takes a little bit, and we're actually going to cut over to Ilya real quick. So you've gone up in the tower. I'm assuming that you have your rifle pulled out. You have your scope up.
Yep.
You can at this point you can see the team clearly. You can see Thurza actually, like, you know, working on setting up this spring razor and trying to, like, grab, like, a couple of other little things. You see Kano keeping an eye. Kano, which door are you looking at?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just repeat that one more time for me.
I'm assuming that you're kind of keeping a lookout, right?
Yeah, front door, mainly because I want to keep an eye out for the eagle.
Okay. And you see that Corin is working on breaking into this safe. I'm going to burn through some chaos really quick.
Sure, yep.
You see this figure kind of detach themselves from where this like main kind of brawl started between some of the guards and the workers and start making his way towards the back door. He's moving very quickly, and it's kind of hard for you to like get a beat on this figure.
Shit.
It's also at this time that you hear a pistol cocking behind you. Now, Who the hell are you? And what are you doing up on my watchtower?
You do not want to do that, friend.
I think I just might.
Should just kind of turn. I'm gonna keep the rifle like where it is and just roll onto my back to look up at the guy. Friend, do you know what I do for a living?
Well, judging based off of the rifle and the fact that you got one of my friends unconscious here, I'm assuming that you're some kind of thief.
I am an exterminator. I exterminate rats.
Well, then you have been doing a terrible job then. In case you haven't realized, Dunwall is still plagued by them.
Oh, incorrect, my friend. You see, the rats I exterminate are all sizes. Big, small, some louder than others. But one way or the other, all rats die from bullets. And he's going to take the rifle, and on the side, there's just a series of scratch marks that seem to be tallies. All of these are rats I have exterminated. My friend, if you continue to talk to me in such a manner, you will sound less like a man and much more like a rat. Do me a favor, turn around, and walk away.
I'm going to say give me a talk boldly check on this.
Can I use my intimidation focus?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's go.
This is going to be a difficulty of 2.
If this doesn't work, I'm shooting him. So, because I have no other
There's
option.
also void points.
Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe if you have them, but
I have one. I'm going to keep this in mind. 8, 9, 10, and no lower. Okay. I've never been happier to see a natural 1 in my life.
Yeah, that's why you gotta
so
love
we
roll
wanna
under
see.
systems. Okay, so how many total successes did you get?
With the natural 1, that's it.
Okay, still, that's 2 successes. That is enough. And then you see that he looks at the rifle, and then looks at you again, and then realizes that this is not a fight that he actually wants. He slowly just kind of like uncocks his pistol, and starts to like go back down the ladder. I didn't see.
I do recommend looking for a new job. I feel like this one will be under new management shortly.
Okay. All right.
You turn back around, and I see the guy going back through the back door.
So we are gonna go back to team.
Son of
So-
a stupid.
So Corin, you
Yeah.
You said them. You have been tinkering with this save, and then that's when you hear the click, and then something kind of rolling on the inside, and then the vault, the safe door slowly opens, and inside you find kind of a wealth of folders and documents, and several large ingots of silver.
Excellent. Come to mama.
We'll say that there's we'll say there's 6 of them, and those are valued at 100 coin apiece.
Yeah, they are. Into the pockets, bestie. Like, is there? I mean, I don't know if there's anything other than like documents, but anything like little of little value to us that might be fun for Thursday to blow up. I don't know that any of us want to blow up silver ingots.
You definitely find like a couple of bottles of like really good brandy and whiskey in there.
Starting this fire.
That like you look at it and one of them's like a good like 100 proof, like very flammable.
Excellent.
Thurza, where have you been setting up the? I'm assuming you're doing the spring razor trap.
Discord said nerfing
Desk.
Stasia.
Chair. Desk chair.
Okay, so you
Desk chair.
So you kind of like you place the spring razor on it, and then you know that these are kind of like more proximity based. You like shove it into kind of like the soft leather, it grips in, and just for some extra measure, like you put like a little bit of weight on it, just to make sure that way, like, you know, if something nudges it, that would set it off. And as you are sitting there, you feel something very pointy in the middle of your back. Now,
Well, that's rude.
who the hell are you three? And what the hell are you doing here? And you all realize that you were a bit distracted with everything going on, that you didn't hear the eagle come in.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Now, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to give me a very good answer, or I'm going to skewer this one.
Can I set off the trap and yell really quickly, get down?
You can. However, you are going to take some stress from this. So, tell
Is that
me,
worth it?
what do you have what the damage of your spring razor is?
8!
Oh my god!
Rhyminy. Okay.
Okay.
That's some beefy firepower,
do that.
bestie.
Ooh.
It is. What am I gonna do that?
Can I?
I would like to I would like to take off my eye patch and reveal like a glowing silver eye and start using the eye within.
Okay. Could you remind me what that does?
Yeah. So it is using this power requires an action. When you activate it, you can ask the GM about the personal truths of those around you, clear as day for me to see.
Okay. So, now keep in mind, if you do this, you're not going to be able to get down. Because this is all kind of happening, like, simultaneously. So you can absolutely do that. You are going to take some damage from this, though.
Oh, wait. So we're actually doing the explosing?
Well, Thurza, it said that she is going to set off this trap.
Oh.
Unless you can talk her down from it.
Everybody, stand your ground. Just a
Might be
moment.
able to do a thing. Perhaps. Is it? I don't know how long we've worked together. Can we see with the glint in Thurza's eyes that she's like, I'm gonna do some criminal crimes right now? Do we know her well enough that like this is I'm in trouble, I'm gonna blow shit up?
Well, Thursa, how obvious are you being to your teammates that you're about like? I would say that because your back is to the eagle, and you're currently like kind of facing towards Corin, and you can see Kano out of the corner of your eye.
Yep. So I'm not actually gonna blow it up. I'm going to act like I'm gonna hit it and say get down, but that means opportunity for you guys to do what you need to do.
Okay.
I like that.
Oh man.
I would like to interject as well.
Yes, go ahead.
If I do not see the eagle, and I know that there was somebody heading back there, my first thought is just, I'm popping the boss. Because we're in a troubling situation.
Okay.
Okay, my guy.
Because this would mean, oh, you guys are caught over there. This would be distraction. All right.
Okay. I like this. I like this
Oh,
a lot.
I
Actually,
would let them do their thing in terms of action economy, probably because it would happen at the same time.
yes.
Yeah, a lot of things are going to be happening right at once.
Yes, this is going to happen simultaneously. So, Corin, you get the sense that Thurza is going to do something. We're going to say mischievous, to put it kindly.
Okay.
And Thurza,
Yeah.
you're sitting there with your hand on Spring Razor Trap, and Kano, you have your hand up saying, alright, let's take this easy. And just why the hell should I do that? You have broken into private property. What's your problem?
I don't think Corinne knows whether or not Thurs is actually going to do this. So I would like to pop a void power as she's like going to like slam the thing. I would like to far reach. And I would like to grab her and pull her towards me. And hopefully out of range of fire, at least some of it. Because I do not know if she's actually going to pop it off, but it is highly likely.
Okay. So, Kano, you're using your power, correct? Okay, so as you lift your eye patch and you activate your power, it says that you get some of his personal truths, right?
Yep.
So you sense that you get the fact that he is a duelist, he is a champion, but you can tell that he's not satisfied. That he is more here for the money than anything. And he wants a challenge more than anything.
I'd pull out my sword.
No.
I hear you're a good fighter.
Some would say the best.
But you've never seen war like I have. And I kind of like wiggle out my half arm.
Oh, you're a clever one. And he tosses his rapier over into his other hand, and he begins to advance towards you, Kano, and then that's when Thurza yells, "Everybody get down!" I'm assuming you act like you're setting off the Spring Razor. You see that he jumps to the side. Corin, you activate Far Reach, and there's almost like this like black tendril that kind of like launches out of your arm, grabs Thurza like around the waist, and then yanks her to you.
Like pulling her behind me.
Yeah. Ilya, you see that there's a commotion going on in the office, and I'm assuming that this is where you're going to be taking your shot?
So, yes. As soon as he sees this commotion, Ilya is going to... This is a few-step process. He's going to reach over for the bottle that the guard was drinking and just kind of screw it onto the front of the rifle. Aim down. He's using the bottle as a makeshift silencer. It's not going to work. Aim like trying to sight directly towards where the boss's head is. Okay,
I'm going to say this will be a fight cleverly shot, and we're going to say that it's going to have a difficulty of, let's say, 2. Normally using ranged weapons is a little bit more difficult than being in melee. Normally this would be harder, but you're a marksman. This is what you do.
Mm-hmm. And my focus is firearms, so that's going to go up too. So fight cleverly.
Yes.
And before I shoot, the last part of the prayer is Yeno Buvoya Svoje Gorushia tot. To Buvoyat es Biogarushia, Stabilito Svoje Otsa Ibuvoya Zetstum. And fire. And for those that are wondering, that is the entirety of the Gunslinger's Oath in Russian.
That's amazing.
Excellent.
I like it.
And
Fucking badass.
fire. Okay, that's a 5. We're solid, so I know that's gonna hit.
Okay. I think that's a crit for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And then the next one was a 10.
Okay, is that still a hit or not?
That's still a hit.
Okay. So you generate 1 momentum. And I know that your rifle is definitely quieter than others, but all of you hear this quick like snap. And Ilya, you see that it's almost in slow motion. The bullet travels, and after a a second that feels like forever, you see it catch Thanaman in the side of the head, and then he just drops. There's a big spurt of blood, and probably some brains as well, and your target has been eliminated. And that's when you all hear the screaming.
I think that's our exit.
And now that the eagle has like noticed that it did not go off, in fact. Oh, now you're all going to die. And Kano, Kano, he is going to advance on you quickly because you seem to be the biggest threat for the time being. So now we get to do a melee combat. Let's see. What is your move score?
4.
His is 5, so he's going to go first. You can attempt a counterattack here. Do you get any bonuses from your sword?
That is a great question.
It just it depends on like some of the keywords, because if one has like guard, you can usually get some bonuses.
Mine is just sturdy.
Sturdy? Okay. Okay. So he's going to advance on you. Wow, this is like the first time I've actually like rolled tonight. And you know what? I'm feeling kind of mean. I'm gonna burn another point of chaos to buy myself a third die. Okay, that. Oh no. So he is going to fight boldly. I just got 3 successes. Actually, technically 4, because one of them was a crit. So the way that this works is that, if my understanding of the rules is right, you do have a chance to... You can try to make this a contested check. So if
4.
you have to beat 4, or you're going to take the... Or you're going to have to take the damage.
Wow, that's rough. Okay. I will. So would this be a fight or a survive?
You know what? Yeah, let's do survive.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna try to survive.
Okay, I would say this is either going to be a survive. Let's go either swiftly or boldly.
I'll do boldly.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah. Okay. Let's try to hit something good. I got a 7 and a natural 20.
Okay. So
However, can I use a void point? Reroll.
Yeah. You could add, yeah, go ahead. Reroll that 20.
I do not want that. 7? 7 is
Okay,
yeah.
that's still 2 successes, right?
Yeah, and then I can use another one for crits. Is that how it works, or?
Give me 1 second. I gotta flip through my rulebook real quick.
Because I only need the. Wait, did you say 3 or 4?
4.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I got 2 successes and then a crit.
Oh, then that's probably not enough. That ain't telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're at 2.
2 crits, anyone?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way for you to actually do that, since you've already burned through one of your void points to be able to reroll. Best you could get would be 3.
Can you take the help action in combat?
What if I dip into some chaos
Okay.
and just play like a gambling man?
You know what? Sure, it makes it easier for me. How much chaos are you dipping into?
2. I'm gonna roll 2 extra dice.
Okay, so that
4?
gives me 3 more chaos.
Let's do it. Let's see it. An 11. Yeah, that's a success.
Okay.
And a natural one.
Okay.
Let's go.
To see it.
was like, oh!
Okay, so a couple of things are going to happen because you are dipping into chaos. As you like he like lunges at you and you're able to get your sword up and you bring it across, and like as he's moving you realize that he knocks over a bottle of this like really good whiskey. Thurza, you know where this is going. And as he moves and he like brings his blade like across yours in a very dramatic fashion, and it causes a couple of sparks land on the floor, ignites the liquor. The room is now on fire around all of you.
Yes.
Excellent.
And that's when you hear the alarm start to ring.
Oh, beans.
Because there was just a gunshot outside. You know, I have to admit, for an old vet, you're not too bad. And he looks over at Corn and Thurza. What, not going to help your ally?
It's less about the theatrical. It's more just about the fight. Kid.
Ilya, I'll say that you have a chance to reload your rifle, and you have a shot on him at the moment.
Yep. And reload. Push back in. You should pay attention to actual threats, Red. And fire.
Okay. We are going to do the same shot as last time. There is going to be a difficulty of 3 this time, though.
I am...
Don't forget, you guys you guys have a little bit of momentum right now.
I have a question.
I probably have an answer.
And if I could spend momentum for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 to add a dice, right?
It's 1 to buy your first D20, then it's 2 to buy your second, and then 3 to buy your third.
But I spend momentum to not, or chaos, to not shoot him, but the trap.
I will say yes. I will say though that Kano, Thurza, and Korin, if this happens, you are all going to have to make a check, or you're going to take some damage.
I want to hear your guys' feelings before I shoot this trap. I don't know if I can kill him with one hit, and those complications could make things difficult.
I mean, how much stress can this guy take, right?
Also, I only have... if I shoot this, I'm going to have 8 bullets left. So, you know.
Well, you also have a couple of teeth, so...
And I have 8 bullets and 2 teeth.
Well, you've got a guy
No,
unconscious behind you. You've got more teeth. You've got as many teeth as you want. Best
I gave those 2 teeth.
bat, right?
Well, he might have pistol bullet. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah. So...
Yeah, because the pistol bullet is worse than teeth.
So, hit the trap or hit him. I mean, I know what I figure what Chaos Gremlin wants me to shoot, but I need to...
I think I'll be
I
okay.
say go ham.
I'm gonna shoot the
ham.
trap. I'm gonna shoot the trap.
Okay. Okay. So, go ahead.
It's a game of chaos.
Yeah, go ahead and... Are you wanting to tap into chaos, or are you wanting to spend momentum for this?
I will spend my momentum for this.
Okay, so we'll change... it's going to cost you 2 momentum, and we'll change it so that way the truth is that the trap is an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of it being a difficulty of 3, it'll be a difficulty of 2, which brings it down to what a regular range shot is.
Mm-hmm. This works for me. Of course, Sad But True starts playing as I'm doing this. Let's go. It worked for me the last time.
I believe in you.
Give me another 5. That'd be great. Okay, that's a 10, so that's a success.
Okay. I can't tell if that's good or bad.
This suspense
5.
is killing me.
Okay.
No whammies.
Okay.
No way.
That is it because you are a marksman. That is another critical success.
Great, let's
so
go.
You get 1 momentum added back to the
Mhm.
pool. And you know what? I'll say that just because you did get the crit, this is going to be a clean enough shot that not only like you hit it, but you hit it in an angle that it actually veers away from Corin and Thurza. And then that's when it like you see that this thing like unfurls at like rapid like speed. It goes like cords go flying, and there are just gashes that go all up his sidearm and face, and he starts screaming. Kano, how much stress can you take?
That's a very good question. How do I measure that?
It is on your survival. I think it's your survival. I want to say it's +3, but give me just 1 second so I can sell my rulebook.
I didn't actually check that.
Yeah, okay. So, protagonist is on 59. And that's the best part about this, is that we can either leave this in or edit it out, because I like teaching people. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay, your stress track is equal to your survival skill.
Equal to. Oh.
6.
6. Okay. You are going to take 4 stress. Because, luckily, he was in between you and it. And because I'm not going to, like, screw you over entirely. But you feel some of these, like, cords, like, rip into your body. And, like, it hurts. You are starting to bleed profusely. But you see that the eagle is still standing after taking 8 stress.
Criminy.
He's moving much slower, though, and you see that he's definitely starting to, like, limp on his left side, like, where he took the brunt of it. Ah! What was that? Ah! Corin and Thurza, what would the two of you like to do as this moment of chaos just bursts around you? And keep in mind, the room is on fire. It is getting hot in here.
You know what? Can you do the same void power twice?
I would say so, yeah.
As long as you
as
like,
long as
as
you
long
have
as
the mana for it.
Oh, I've got the mana for it.
All right.
I think seeing that he's still standing, still holding that damn sword, I think Corin's like, oh, fuck it, and reaches out with that far reach, grabs the sword from him, hoping that he's weak enough to pull it away from.
Okay. Thurza, is there anything that you would like to do?
I am going to. Does what's his face look like he can walk?
Kano?
Yes.
Yeah. He's going to be a little slower going, but he's still on his feet, surprisingly.
Okay. I'm gonna grab some of the spring razor trap and get a another wraparound thing for the legs to go towards the eagle.
Okay. I would say since...
Did you get that?
Yes, I did, actually. That came through. I would say go ahead and... So, Corin, you're definitely going to be able to pull yours off. Thurza, I'm going to say that this is going to require a tinker check. I would say probably... Let's do a tinker... I would say either carefully or boldly.
I'll do boldly. Alright. And that is a 11. And then could I possibly use my engineering focus?
Yes, you absolutely can.
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then plus 3.
Well, so the engineering focus is just that if you get that score or lower, then that's a crit. So how many successes?
Okay, so it just makes it.
Okay. How many successes did you get? 1. Okay. I'll say that just
Yes.
because you have an idea of how to do this, I'll say that, and like you're a tinkerer, you mess with these things all the time. I will say that is enough. So what are you wanting this trap to do then? Are you kind of like setting it and like telling Kana to like run towards you then?
Yeah, so I want him to go towards me, and I'm trying to get this to wrap around the eagle's
Okay.
legs.
Okay.
Another trip track.
Got it. Okay. So actually, you know what? This works perfectly because as Corin like reaches out with his far reach, you see that kind of like black tendril like go shooting out, encase the blade, and then like rip it like towards her. At the same time, you see that Thurzo like modifies the spring razor and it just kind of like pulls back, and this guy's off kilter and gets knocked prone, and he is screaming and struggling to get back up, and like the cord is like wrapped around his leg. The room is still on fire. What are you all doing?
I think if he's
Towards
tangled,
the back door.
that's good enough for me, baby. Let's go. I'm shoving files down my shirt. I'm shoving ingots in my pockets. I'm booking it.
Okay. And all of you hear this like siren start going off, and you see that there are guards that are beginning to start pouring out of this place. Now we're going to do a quick chase sequence. We're going to be running with a track on this, actually.
Before we leave, I'd like to just leave a little thing for the eagle.
Okay.
I walk over to him just real quick, stumbling, bleeding, weak. And I stab my sword into the ground. You're not worthy of me to kill you. And I start running.
I'm going to find you, and I'm going to kill every one of you!
Good luck.
Okay. So, we are going to implement one more thing with this game because there are tracks. So, the number of successes that you get helps fill the track. So, so we're going to set this track. You're going to need a grand total of 6 as you all begin to run. And you can all, work on contributing your own skills in your own way. But I would like to know, what is your escape route? Are you trying to go down the main road, or are you trying to go back through the sewer?
I would suggest either back through the sewer, because the ones who knew about that are in the sewer currently, or take to the rooftops, take a weird way. I don't particularly think going down the main stretch of road is a good idea.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's me. I mean, I don't know what everybody else is feeling.
I think so too.
That should be fine.
Okay.
Maybe the first check is trying to figure out which of those is a better idea. Honestly.
Well, I will say, if you guys, I need you. We're gonna put like 10 seconds on the clock, and if you haven't come up with a decision, then we're gonna start adding more chaos. So
Oh, snap.
Ilya's going through the sewer.
through the sewer. All right.
All right, I guess we're going
Ilya's
sewer.
sewer.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So I am going to ask for either a move or a survive check, and this is going to be. We're going to say swiftly or forcefully.
Survive check, you say?
Yes.
A survive check? You mean my favorite of the checks?
Just because at this point you are going to be running like at top speed through a twisting and turning sewer that has secret markings guiding you out.
Uh-huh. If I have a survival focus, does that count?
I would say so, yeah. Especially with your background and being a resistance guide, I would say this absolutely applies.
I was gonna say, yeah, survival or just streetwise count, because that might be better.
Either one is fine.
Cool, sick.
That's a 5 for me. Let's go.
Okay, so it's one success.
Are we rolling 2 dice or just the one?
It's whoever is taking point rolls the standard.
Rolls
2,
the one. Okay, cool.
and then everybody else makes one check to contribute to it.
Okay, cool. Let's get my ducks in a row.
So who?
It's a 5 and a 6.
So I'm assuming Corn's taking point.
On the navigating, at least, probably.
Okay, so that's 3 successes.
Yeah.
Kano? 0 successes? Alright. There's You got 1 success? Okay, so you guys are up to 4.
1 success.
Alright. So you've nearly... You instantly, like, take off running through this sewer, and Corin, you are leading. You guys are making good progress. The smell definitely goes from fish to feces. It is terrible. You start gagging. And the thing is, like, you are having to breathe in through your mouth. Like, you are all moving at a faster pace than usual. However, Kato is dragging behind a little bit, just between being injured previously and already just being kind of mutilated as it is. You're just not able to shake this last guard, and he is going to pull out his pistol, and he's going to take a shot. Just to make this fun, I'm going to roll a d4 to determine who it is.
Roll it.
Not me.
Okay. This is going to be going after Thurza.
Yeah. Oh.
No!
So I am going... I'm going to spend my chaos to give him an additional die. As he pulls a pistol. You know what, Thurza, we're going to make this a quick contested check. I'm going to need you to either move cleverly or move swiftly to try to avoid this. And Kano, you're able to spot this and you shout it out.
I got a 2.
So, 2 successes or 1 success?
Just 1 success. I rolled it. Oh, I rolled twice.
Yeah.
Oh. 2 successes.
So you all hear this shot ring out, and it echoes wildly in these sewers. And you hear Thurza let out a gasp. And you look, and there's a hole right through your little supply bag, and some of your trinkets have spilled out.
Oh, your trinkets!
I'm not in the mood for this. I'm going to turn as I'm running and just fire as I'm running.
Okay, I'll say give me a fight swiftly check.
Fight swiftly.
And this is going to be the standard difficulty too.
Yeah. That is 1 success.
1 success. Okay, so you turn and you try to like fire swiftly, and normally you need a little bit more time to line up your shot. You fire, it ricochets, and like you hear this guard like yell out because the ricochet was enough to like kind of like get in his eye, and you see that he's having like trouble like aiming after you all. That has bought you enough time that you guys are able to make another either move or survival check.
Find another job, Suka.
I'll start taking point and start trying to pull myself forward so I'm not dragging the group behind.
Okay, so Kano's going to be taking point. And would anybody like to assist on this?
I'm going to help Kano with removing. After that shot, just turn and like see if I can help him navigate a bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to help if I can. You said there's like weird like markings and like navigational markings on the walls.
Yeah.
I think Corin's trying to like, as they come across those, like point them out and be like, okay, no, you want to go this way. You're gonna avoid that tunnel. Like, trying to point out the ones that she sees.
Okay, so Kano, I'm going to need you to give me we'll say survive boldly, just because you're trying to push through injuries right now. And then everybody else, you can roll 1d20, and then you can make the decision on your skill. So Corin, it sounds like you're doing like a study check. Ilya, it sounds like you are probably, I would say, either give me a move or a survive check. Thurza, are you contributing? You also just nearly got shot, so if you didn't feel like it, I totally get it.
Oh, we'll say not this time.
Okay. Okay.
Can I argue for survive cleverly?
Yeah, I'd say so. That's fine.
And we're looking for move swiftly, or
Yeah.
Fire my way.
Yeah.
Okay, move swiftly.
Yeah, move
Okay.
swiftly is fine. Okay, so
Okay,
Kano,
cool.
how many successes? 0 again.
I got a 10, which is the exact number I needed.
So
Me too.
I will say that unfortunately, because your point person failed, that is going to create a
Doesn't matter.
complication. It unfortunately, Kano is you see that he's trying to push through these injuries, but they are definitely starting to get worse, and just drops to his knees, just heaving, trying his best to keep going, but unfortunately you just get around the corner before he collapses, and you hear shouts coming from a little further back, and you hear that guard that, you know, like almost got hit. He's just, they went that way! They went that way!
Do not have time for this. Going to, not even gonna ask, I'm just picking you up and I'm putting you on my shoulders. Somebody else direct. I'm not exactly sure where we're going.
I'm gonna take point, or do you want to take point, Gordon?
I mean, I can if you want to. That's either way.
You take point. I am going to throw this choke out grenade at the guards.
Sick, gnarly. Let's go.
Okay.
Love to see it. Teamwork.
Okay, so just remind me real quick what the choke dust grenade does.
So it doesn't do any damage. It's basically choke dust. So like they coughing and they like.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, whoever's taking point, just give me that check. And Thurza, I'm gonna give you a void point because that's clever.
Very Thursday activity.
Hmm.
Let's see.
One success.
Yep.
Okay. However, because you just hear this, oh, I got this. You just hear like a pin come out, grenade goes like bouncing down, and then there's this burst and coughing, and you are able to guide them the rest of the way out because you managed to fill, filled the track. So well done. Despite the injuries, despite some of the equipment challenges that you've all had, you managed to make your way back to the bar where you all started. Job is complete, and you see that there are these 4 heavy sacks that are just filled with coins, and along with that, the room is empty other than a note. It says, "If you're reading this, it means the job's done and you made it back. Well done. Things are going to be changing in the Empire. It's best that you forget your connections to me for the time being. It's time that you found your own ways." Dowd. And with that, we are going to go ahead and conclude a Path to the Grave one-shot. I just want to say, you all were wonderful for this. This was fantastic. I've been wanting to play this system for so long, and I'm so glad that I finally got to do it with you amazing folks. But let's go ahead and do some quick outros and tell people who you are, what you do, and where they can find you on the internet. And you know what? We're going to go in reverse order from last time. So we are going to start with Stasia.
Hi, I'm Stasia. I'm an illustrator. I also work with Nerds with Dice. You can find me on Twitter at Nerds with Dice, obviously, or Sassy Cassie. And you're next.
All right, so Guppy.
Hey, yo, I'm a all-around nerd. I'd like to do a little bit of streaming at Guppy the Cat, Twitch TV Twitch Guppy the Cat. Sometimes I do stuff on Twitter, not really, but we're going to get started. I'm doing a lot of painting on Warhammer miniatures and Magic the Gathering Commander stuff.
All right, and Kit.
Howdy, hey, I am Kit. You can find me online on Twitter at KitRollCause, roll as in roleplay, or on Instagram at KitRoll. I am on a couple of different channels, so peep the socials to see what's happening. But most frequently, I'm over on Lost Caravan RPG on Twitch. and occasionally also on places like the High Shelf Collective and Live from the Apocalypse. So check out those lovely channels. Check out the socials. I'll see you around.
All right, and last but not least, Javante.
Hi everyone, I'm Javante, your resident TTRPG goblin. You can find me on my one social media of Twitter at Javante, Jev as in Victor, Aunte. You can most likely find me on the Initiative Order every bi-weekly Monday, where I'll be playing the Black Ranger Dior in our Arcanites Ranger game, or on Opposing Wednesdays, where you can find me on the other side of the game DMing a Dante's Inferno game over on the Initiative Order. So keep your eye out on that.
And I have been your game master. I am Andrew, ThatGamerAjax. If you liked the video, give it that thumbs up. If you want to see more stuff like this in the future, please subscribe. And also go follow this entire cast. They're all amazing. All of their socials are going to be pinned in the description. But it has been a wonderful time performing this for you all, and I hope that you enjoyed it. But until next time, we'll see you in the next video.